The Gambia Bureau of Statistics and the Ministry of Trade, Industry, Regional Integration and Employment held a day-long validation workshop with stakeholders on the 2022 to 2023 Gambia Labour Force Survey on Tuesday at the Sadauda Kairaba Jawara International Conference Center. The Gambia Labour Force Survey 2022 to 2023 draft report has been released with figures generated on key labour market indicators. The figures generated will be used to inform program formulation, monitoring and evaluation, as well as employment policies. Speaking at the opening ceremony, the Minister of Trade, Babakar Usmaila Diouf, says that the Labour Force Survey will enable the government to better understand the dynamic of the labour market.
As a critical part of public policy, labor surveys help governments to assess its development performance in terms of people-centered approaches. The validation of this report is timely as it will help government to understand the impact of COVID-19 on the labor market in terms of unemployment rate, labor force participation rate, employment population ratio, and other variables.
Nyaka Sisanya, the Statistician General of the Gambia Bureau of Statistics, assures the public that the recent survey was conducted in accordance with all applicable procedures and that the analysis was carried out in line with the latest international standards and recommendations.
As indicated above, we follow the international standards at all stages of the survey, and our results are within the regional and sub-regional ranges. We wish to thank the Ministry of Trade, Industry, Regional Integration, and Employment for the confidence bestowed on the Gambia Bureau of Statistics, and we wish to assure you that better work will be done next time as we have built capacity over time, and particularly during the implementation process of this survey. We assure you of a quicker survey in the next round.
The technical advisor of the International Trade Center, Kerr, says that this year's Labour Force Survey is a critical step towards understanding and addressing the challenges faced by the labour market.
The survey by GBoS shows that the split between the working age population between men and women, it's almost the same. However, the participation of these two groups in the labor force survey, in the labor market, there is a huge gap. This calls for policy action to close this gender disparity. In the Gambia, again, the survey results shows that the informal sector continues to be a very important employer, providing 79.4% of employment in the Gambia. And majority of those in the informal sector are in self-employment. This is a big opportunity for Gambia because if you provide the right environment, the incentives for them to formalize, it is an opportunity for taxes and economic growth.
The UNDP resident representative to the Gambia, Aisata Day, says that the survey is very timely.
This survey is very, very timely because we are entering a new program cycle, a new NDP cycle. But as you know also, the UN is about to sign its Sustainable Development Framework, Cooperation Framework with the Gambia. It will be signed next month. And most of our UN agencies will also finalize a country program to start the new program cycle. What I also like in the data that I just saw is the disaggregated aspect, how women and youth are reflected, they're present in the employment sector is reflected, and how this will inform our foreseen planning, non-planning, also policy, but activities that will be toward supporting the population, especially the youth and women and the people living with disabilities, to make sure that they're part of the development effort for the Gambia.
The government of the Gambia conducted this survey in collaboration with development partners and other stakeholders with the objective to produce official national statistics on the labor force, employment, and unemployment for monitoring and planning purposes. Reporting for Kerr, Fatou, I am Fatou Silla.